Oreimo, short for Oreimo ga Kononika wake ga nai and also known as Oreimo, is a Japanese light novel series written by Tsukazu Fushimi, with illustrations provided by Hiro Kanzaki. The series includes 12 novels released between August 2008 and June 2013. A manga adaptation drawn by Sakura Ikeda was serialized in ASCII Media Works Denkiji's magazine. A 12-episode anime adaptation produced by AIC aired in Japan between October and December 2010. 4 additional episodes, which offer a different ending to the broadcast series, were streamed monthly via the official website and other video streaming sites between February and May 2011, before being released on Blu-ray disc and DVD in June and July 2011. A 13-episode second anime season produced by A1 Pictures, titled Oreimo ga Kononika wake ga nai, aired between April and June 2013. An additional 3 episodes were streamed online on August 18, 2013. Plot: Kiyosuke Kosaka, a normal 17-year-old high school student living in Chiba, has not gotten along with his younger sister Kirino in years. For longer than he can remember, Kirino has ignored his comings and goings and looked at him with spurning eyes. It seemed as if the relationship between Kiyosuke and his sister, now 14, would continue this way forever. One day, however, Kiyosuke finds a DVD case of a magical girl anime which had fallen in his house's entranceway. To Kiyosuke's surprise, he finds a hidden eroge inside the case and he soon learns that both the DVD and the game belong to Kirino. That night, Kirino brings Kiyosuke to her room and reveals herself to be an otaku with an extensive collection of moe anime and younger sister-themed eroge she has been collecting in secret. Kiyosuke quickly becomes Kirino's confidant for her secret hobby. The series then follows Kiyosuke's efforts to help his sister to reconcile her personal life with her secret hobbies, while restoring their broken relationship and coming to terms with their true feelings for each other. Characters: Kiyosuke Kosaka, voiced by Yuichi Nakamura. Mami Fujita. Kiyosuke is the 17-year-old main character of Oreimo. He has a distant relationship with his sister, feeling that this will never change. However, this suddenly changes when he finds one of her eroge and after he confronts her, he learns that she is an otaku. Through this, he tries to be a supportive older brother while realizing he himself knew very little about his sister, such as being almost flawless at school to working as a model. After which, he promises to take up more of his role as an older brother to her. Despite this, she is generally the dominant person in their relationship, with Kiyosuke being shown to be openly intimidated by her, only standing up to her in truly serious situations. Kiyosuke initially claims to prefer to have a relatively peaceful and simple life, but grows to love spending time with his sister and enjoy the drama she causes to the point where he becomes lonely when she is not around. Kiyosuke helped Ruri make friends and joins the game research club with her during his 3rd year when Ruri becomes his junior. Kiyosuke dates Ruri during summer vacation until she breaks up with him. In the PSP game Oreimo ga Kononika wake ga nai portable ga Suzuka wake ga nai, Kiyosuke is the son of his current mother's sibling. In the past, Kiyosuke had good grades and was the fastest runner in his elementary school. He also had the tendency to shoulder everything himself, thinking that there was nothing that he could not achieve, and often said "leave it to me." However, Kiyosuke was convinced by Manami that he should not try so hard at everything, which drastically changed his personality into someone who only desired to live a normal lifestyle, as his studies and athleticism worsened day by day. Kirino Kosaka, voiced by Ayana Takatatsu. Kirino is Kiyosuke's 14-year-old younger sister. She is normally mature and independent for her age in front of others, but her true personality is at times immature, abusive and ungrateful with an aggressive, tsundere-like personality. Mostly only to Kiyosuke does Kirino show her much more intolerable personality, where she orders him to play her games and care for the characters, only to insist that 2D and 3D worlds should be kept separate and accuse him of being a pervert and a lolicon afterwards. She is secretly an otaku with an obsession for Little Sister-themed eroge, as well as the children's anime series Stardust Witch Meru. She works as a magazine model and later becomes a novelist, the funds from which she uses to support her hobby. Despite her interests, she states she does not know why she started liking Orochi and denies having a brother complex. Nevertheless, she frequently forces Kyosuke to spend time with her, whether it is playing games or taking her out, but denies that she actually enjoys the time they spend together. Kirino is also shown to become frustrated whenever Kyosuke withal shows interest in other girls. She even goes as far as to sabotage his time with another girl. However, despite this, she is genuinely grateful to her brother. Although she states that she only likes Orochi because of their cute characters, she shows a perverted side of herself when playing those games. She uses the screen name Kuririn when with her otaku friends. She had admired Kyosuke in the past, who she had seen as a perfect brother. Kyosuke starts distancing himself from her during elementary school. Kirino once tried to chase Kyosuke and he ran away to play with his friends, but fell down and cried in disappointment, which spurred her to start working hard on her academics and sports. She was severely disappointed at Kyosuke's change in personality after the incident with Acme. Arase Aragaki, voiced by Sori Hayami, Arase is Kirino's classmate who works as a model alongside her and is also her best friend. She admired Kirino for being seemingly so perfect in every way, and she originally had a simple crush on Kyosuke, thinking of him as Kirino's caring brother. That all changes when she finds out about Kirino's otaku hobby and how Kyosuke was aware of it and helped support it. She is greatly disappointed in Kirino and Kyosuke at first, but later reconciles and tries to come to terms with at least Kirino, but not as much with Kyosuke. Arase is normally a friendly, nice, and refined girl, but becomes agitated and somewhat violent at the thought that she is being lied to, which she hates above all else. She also has a tendency for prejudice, as she believes what she hears on the news, thus she disapproves of anime and manga, calling it a disgusting hobby, especially Orochi, due to the media portrayal that otaku will eventually become criminals. Once she develops a dislike and contempt for someone, she shows a much ruder and even hostile side of herself. She stubbornly maintains a strong dislike and disrespect of Kyosuke, convincing herself that he is really the pervert she persistently calls him. She becomes good friends with Manami and often confides private matters to her. She eventually harbors romantic feelings for Kyosuke. Manami Tamura, voiced by Satomi Sato. Manami is Kyosuke's childhood friend. She wears glasses and is described as plain, something she views as a compliment from Kyosuke. She has a crush on Kyosuke and blushes to his compliments. Due to the time they spend together, the people around them assume they are dating. Kyosuke explains that though he does not have any strong feelings for her beyond close friends, he does not like the idea of Manami having a boyfriend for some reason. Many times, he is unaware of Manami trying to become closer to him by trying to do things that couples do and how she is willingly doing things to please him in any way, such as cooking and cleaning. According to Kyosuke, her speech patterns resemble that of a grandmother or an old lady. Manami had in the past convinced Kyosuke to give up his personality to act tough and made him into the average person today, which severely disappointed Kirino, causing a rift between her and Kirino. She manages to make up with Kirino thanks to Kyosuke's help in getting them to talk. She later confesses to Kyosuke just to be rejected. Sori Makishima/Sori Bajina, voiced by Hitomi Nabatame, Sori is the leader of the Anime Girls Unite group on the internet, whom Kirino meets in a meet-up. She wears very thick glasses and speaks with an exaggerated tone. She is a fan of Gundam and is also a collector of their model kits. Despite her general appearance in public, Sori is actually from a wealthy family, and speaks with a highly formal voice outside of meeting with her friends. She is tall and usually has to get cosplay tailor-made. As Kyosuke says, Sori is drastically different from how she communicates through the internet and phone and speaking with her in person, to which she seemingly switches to a refined and sophisticated persona. According to Kyosuke, she dresses as a stereotypical otaku, but has the body of a supermodel. Despite being a middle school girl around Kirino and Kuroneko's ages, she is around the same height as Kyosuke, which surprises him when he first meets her. Despite her cheery attitude, Sori is quite lonely, living by herself, and has always feared that one day her true friends would leave her in a similar way that her older sister left her. The reason she set up a hobby group is that she was, described by her sister, just the sister of a member in her sister's group Pretty Garden, and was severely disappointed and angry at her sister when the group eventually dissolved after her sister moved away. Ruri Goka/Kuroneko, voiced by Kana Hanazawa. Ruri is a 15-year-old otaku girl who lives near Kurino and later enrolls into Kyosuke School. She often wears gothic Lolita clothing based on a character from her favorite anime, even during hot weather, and will sometimes add cat ears and a tail. Due to both of their tsundere-type personalities, she constantly clashes with Kurino. However, both girls genuinely care for each other and value the time they spend together. Kuroneko is very prideful like Kurino, but is willing to swallow her pride to achieve a goal. Unlike Kurino who likes little sister-themed games and magical girl anime, Kuroneko enjoys teen-centered fantasy anime. She often mentions dark magic, claiming that she has it. She is noted to have a very large vocabulary, to where Kurino comments she needed to use a dictionary to translate her novel. Kuroneko actually wears red contact lenses to make her bluish eyes appear red. Kuroneko has two younger sisters, Hinata and Tamaki, whom she dearly cares for, though her sisters and mother worry about Ruri when she is in her otaku mode. At school, Kuroneko wears normal clothes and at home takes care of her younger sisters. She later joins the video game club after she enrolls into Kyosuke School. She is very good at playing video games. She dates Kyosuke for over summer vacation before breaking up with him. However, she still harbors feelings for Kyosuke. Kyosuke later rejects her feelings and she accepts that they will not be together. Kaneko Kurusu, voiced by Yokari Tamura. Kaneko is Kirino and Arace's fellow friend, classmate and model, who sometimes swaps between a cute personality to a bratty one. She is a talented singer who dreams of becoming an idol, often going to a lot of auditions. Since she goes to karaoke places frequently, she is capable of remembering any song she has heard at least once perfectly. She is unaware of Kurino's hobby and generally finds anime childish and otaku disgusting, though she is on one occasion tricked into cosplaying as Kurino's favorite anime character, Meruru, for a contest and wins. Despite winning the contest, she is disgusted of what she had gone through, but likes the idea of being praised and the event even helps her career. She later realizes the fact that Kyosuke, who acted as her manager, is Kurino's brother. She also asked Manami to teach her cooking in order to be able to cook for her parents. Daisuke Kosaka, voiced by Fumihiko Tochiki, he is Kurino and Kyosuke's domineering father. He is a high-ranking officer in the police and has a no-nonsense policy at home. He does not like the fact that Kurino is a model, but allows her to do so if she does well in school. He is severely against otaku, believing them to be a waste of a life, so when he finds out Kurino is one, he initially orders her to throw away everything otaku-related in her room. After being given a verbal beatdown by his son, he allows her to keep everything except for Eroge, although Kyosuke manages to successfully protect even the Eroge by claiming they belong to him. It is shown he truly does care for Kurino despite his gruff exterior, as he owns every article and picture of all her accomplishments. He claims that he knows best of what is going on in the family and he has always known that the Eroges belong to Kurino, despite Kyosuke's effort to convince him otherwise. In Oreimo to ga Kononika wa wake ga nai portable ga Suzuka wake ga nai, he is Kyosuke's uncle. Yoshino Kosaka, voiced by Akino Watanabe, she is Kurino and Kyosuke's loving mother. She is aware of her daughter's obsession, as she has referred to her as my otaku daughter. She is aware of many things going on in her family and helps keep the peace in the house. She is the first one to question the improving relationship between Kyosuke and Kurino, which in turn resulted in Kyosuke moving out in order to prepare for his examinations. However, she never doubted Kyosuke and Kurino to be in an unhealthy relationship and was instead using this improved relationship in order to improve Kyosuke's grades. In Oreimo to ga Kononika wake ga nai portable ga Suzuka wake ga nai, she is Kyosuke's aunt. Iwa Tamura, voiced by Hiromi Otsuga, Manami's little brother, whose attempts to follow the cool trends often backfire on him. He sports a buzz at having been convinced he was getting a skinhead look. It is hinted that he formed a pact with Kirino during primary school to boycott Kyosuke and Manami, but apologized to Kyosuke after he was helped by Kyosuke in school and is since then a loyal follower of Kyosuke. Kaeria Kaji, voiced by Junji Majima, Kyosuke's classmate who, similar to Kyosuke, often has to support his little sister's hobby for eroge. Though unlike Kyosuke's strained relationship with Kirino, Kaeri's relationship with Seina is much better, but Kyosuke considers him somewhat of a siscon. While he is a huge siscon, his feelings for his little sister are completely unromantic and only loves her as a little sister. Konosuke Miura, voiced by Go Inu, the president of the Games Research Club at Kyosuke's school, which both Kyosuke and Ruri end up joining. He is also into little sister-themed eroge, as Kyosuke first meets him when trying to borrow a bike to ride home following a midnight eroge launch. Seina Kaji, voiced by Meru Eyes, Kaeri's little sister and a member of the Games Research Club, as well as Ruri's classmate. Similar to Kirino, she has an obsession with eroges, albeit she prefers the hardcore yo genre to an extent that she will even fantasies about her other clubmates, pairing her brother and Kyosuke as a couple and becoming visibly disappointed when Kyosuke assured her that he was straight. The relationship she has with her brother is quite strong, yet it is unclear how they feel about each other. She joined the Games Research Club in order to learn how to become a games designer. She is also very good at games, having the high score before Ruri beat it. This also attributes to her skill in programming, being able to debug very easily. In Volume 12, she ends up dating Makabe. Kaede Makabe, voiced by Yoshisugu Matsuoka, Kaede is a second-year member of the Games Research Club, and also the most normal member of the club. Dates Seina in Volume 12 and calls Kaeri Enki. Iori Fate Satsuna, voiced by Shizuka Ito. Iori is the editor who published Kirino's work. In the light novel, she stole Kirino's work and posted it as her own. Misaki Fujima, voiced by Yu Asakawa, Misaki is the president of Eternal Blue who tried to persuade Kirino to pursue a modeling career abroad. Kaki Mikagami, voiced by Yaiki Iguchi, Kaki is a model who is secretly an otaku. He was requested by Kirino to be her fake boyfriend in order to make Kyosuke understand how she felt when he hung out with other girls. Later on, he befriends Kyosuke and helped him several times, such as giving dating advice. However, he also causes trouble for Kyosuke, such as when he gave Kyosuke an expensive set of adult game figures as a housewarming gift. Hinata Goka, voiced by Kana Hanazawa, the elder one of Ruri's little sisters. Despite her young age, she is able to understand the situation her sister is in. She once had thought that her sister's boyfriend, Kyosuke, is a delusion her sister is having, and was surprised to find out that Kyosuke is real. She also understands the circumstances around Ruri's breakup with Kyosuke. Tamaki Goka, voiced by Yui Ogura, the younger one of Ruri's little sisters. She was scared by Kirino's beastly act upon seeing her, due to Kirino's sister complex. She loves her older sisters dearly and gets along well with Kyosuke. Bridget Evans, voiced by Misaki Kuno, Bridget is the winner of the first Meruru cosplay event. However, she lost to Kaneko in the second event. She later grew to be quite close to Kaneko. Ria Hagiri, voiced by Ibuki Kido, Ria is Kirino's roommate during her stay in the United States who devotes all her life to running. Dubbed as the fastest elementary school runner. Kirino outran her once when Kyosuke came to pick Kirino up in the United States. Ria came to Japan seeking revenge, and successfully did so, as well as find out how Kirino got so fast. Kaori Makishima, voiced by Huko Kuwashima, Kaori is Sori's elder sister who created the group Pretty Garden, which Sori participates in. However, she left a bad impression on Sori as she left for America, which caused Pretty Garden to dissolve, to Saori's dismay, and eventually influenced Saori to create her own hobby group. It is revealed that after the misunderstandings between the sisters were solved, they became close. Kanata Kurusu, voiced by Rai Kijimiya, Kanata is Kaniko's sister. A manga author who is a prominent member of Pretty Garden. She is Saori's biggest influence in her otaku hobbies. Shinya Sanada, voiced by Masayuki Kato. Shinya is another prominent member of Pretty Garden. Sayaka Kake, Sayaka is the owner of Aice's fan blog who stalks Aice. Sayaka admires Aice, and was disappointed in the misunderstanding that Aice started dating Kyosuke as Aice went to Kyosuke's house every day during his mock exam period. Kyosuke eventually mediated the relationship between Sayaka and Aice while Sayaka said that she aspires to be a photographer. Acme Sakurai, voiced by Irene Sakura. Acme is Kyosuke's middle school classmate who refused to come to school during middle school. After several attempts, Kyosuke managed to convince her to come to school and even forged her parents' signature in order to bring her on a field trip. However, during the trip, Acme was injured after falling from a tree in a restricted area Kyosuke brought her to. As a result, her parents moved her to another school and forbade Kyosuke from interacting with her again, which was the main cause for Kyosuke's change in personality. 3 years after the incident, Acme managed to find Kyosuke and confess to him, but was rejected. Media, light novels. Oreimo began as a light novel series written by Tsukasa Fushimi, with illustrations provided by Hiro Kanzaki. ASCII Media Works published 12 novels under their Denjiki Bunko imprint between August 10, 2008 and June 7, 2013. Manga, a manga adaptation based on the light novels drawn by Sakura Ikeda was serialized in ASCII Media Works magazine Denjiki G's magazine between the March 2009 and May 2011 issues. 4 tankobon volumes were released on ASCII Media Works Denjiki Comics imprint between October 27, 2009 and April 27, 2011. The 3rd volume was released in regular and special editions. The special edition came bundled with an Aice Aragaki figurine. The manga has been licensed in North America by Dark Horse Comics. A follow-up manga, Or no Ka Hai Ga Konanika Wa Wake Ga Nai, began serialization in the July 2011 issue of Denjiki G's magazine and features Ruri Kuroneko Goko as the main protagonist. The manga ended serialization in the magazine's May 2014 issue and was transferred to Denjiki G's comics starting with the June 2014 issue. The first volume was released on May 26, 2012, in regular and special editions. The special edition came bundled with a Kuroneko figurine. As of January 27, 2014, there have been 4 volumes released. Drama CD and radio shows. A drama CD, based on events from the 1st and 3rd volumes of the novels as well as a newly written scenario by Tsukasa Fushimi, was released by ASCII Media Works on March 31, 2010. The CD stars Ayana Takatatsu as Kirino and Yaiki Nakamura as Kyosuke. An internet radio show titled Oreimo to ga Konanika Wa Wake ga Ne Aaaaaaaoya to promote the anime adaptation streamed 24 episodes between August 13, 2010 and July 22, 2011 via the official website of the anime. The show was hosted by Ayana Takatatsu, who plays Kirino in the anime, and Kana Hanazawa, who plays Kuroneko. A second internet radio show to promote the 2nd season of the anime started on April 11, 2013. The show is again hosted by Takatatsu and Hanazawa. Even though the show is limited to a Japanese-speaking audience, the email or comments from fans outside Japan will be accepted and sometimes read during the show, and the official website of the show has been translated into English. Anime. A 12-episode anime adaptation produced by AIC and directed by Hiroyuki Kambi aired in Japan between October 3 and December 19, 2010. The series was released over 8 BD-DVD compilation volumes, with 2 episodes each, between December 22, 2010 and July 27, 2011. 4 original net animation episodes were streamed through the official website, as well as several other websites such as Nico Nico Douga, Showtime Japan, and MovieGate, which began on February 22, 2011. The first two were released on June 27, 2011 in the 7th BD DVD volume, and the second two were released on July 27, 2011 in the 8th. These episodes feature a break in the original story arc starting at episode 12 and offer an alternate ending from the TV broadcast. The anime retains the voice cast from the drama CD. The opening theme for the anime is Irony by Clarice and composed by KZ of Levitune, while each episode features a different ending theme sung by one of the voice actors. The music of the anime is composed by Satoru Kasaki and a soundtrack was released on January 12, 2011. Aniplex of America began streaming and simulcasting the series in North America through Anime News Network, but security issues involving the illegal leaking of Episode 2 online resulted in the stream being placed on hold. The stream of Oreimo returned to ANN with the first 4 episodes on November 8, 2010. Aniplex of America released the series on an English subtitled DVD box set in October 2011. A 13-episode second anime season, titled Oreimo to ga Kononika wa Wake ga Nai and produced by A1 Pictures, aired between April 7 and June 30, 2013 and was simulcast by Crunchyroll. An additional 3 episodes were screened at Otaken 2013 on August 9, 2013, and then streamed worldwide on August 18. The episodes were simulcast by Crunchyroll at the same time as the Japanese broadcast and were available until August 31, 2013. Despite the change in animation studio from the first season, the second season has the same staff as the first season. The opening theme is Reunion by Clarice, while a contest was held for the second season's ending themes. This series has also been licensed by Aniplex of America. A1 Pictures collaborated with Chiba Urban Monorail to promote the second season by making an Oreimo-themed monorail train, which remained in operation until September 30, 2013. In addition to decorating the exterior of the train, the anime characters were featured in in-train advertising to provide passengers with helpful tips about local sightseeing facilities and shops. Video games. A PlayStation portable visual novel titled Oreimo to ga Kononika wa Wake ga Nai Portable was developed by Bandai Namco Games and released on January 27, 2011. The limited edition bundle included an OAD, a Sister Talk bonus CD, and an additional game for the PSP. A fighting game titled Shinima to Taisen Siscalypse, based on the fictional game in the series, was released by Kadokawa Contents Gate on the Yahoo! MOBA GE service on January 20, 2011. A second PSP title, Oreimo to ga Kononika wa Wake ga Nai Portable ga Suzuka Wake ga Nai, was released on May 17, 2012. The opening theme of the second PSP game is Nexus by Clarice. A PlayStation 3 game, Oreimo to ga Kononika wa Wake ga Nai Happy End, was released on September 26, 2013 in Japan. Kirino also makes a cameo appearance in the A Certain Magical Index PSP game, being another game based on a light novel series published by ASCII Media Works. Kirino will also appear as a playable character in Denjiki Bunko, Fighting Climax, with Kuroneko as a support character. Reception. The Mainichi Shimbun reported that the fourth volume sold the most copies of any light novel in August 2009. Anime News Network reported in April 2012 that the first 9 light novels had collectively sold 3.7 million copies in Japan. References. External links, Official website, Anime Official website, Visual Novel Official website, Oreimo at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.